This is a story about how $400 changed my life. About 4 years ago, I was door dashing full time. You know, that time in the world where everything was shut down and nobody could go anywhere? Yeah, that time. My job had also let me go, meaning they didn't give me any hours. And so I had to make a way to pay bills. And even though I was living at my parents' house, I still had bills, cell phone bill, car insurance bill, those type of things. Now, my entrepreneur mindset, like many of you who watch my videos, was to hustle. And one of the things that I had never tried before was DoorDash. And that's when I started using my car to make income. And it was one of the most amazing experiences, at least at the time, because number one, the world was shut down. Everybody was at home ordering food. I was literally making about $40 an hour. Okay. That's obviously before gas expenses. But the whole point of this story is to let you know that there was a time between me door dashing and having fun where my life changed, and it changed for the better, but I didn't recognize that in the beginning because I was dead broke, and it actually devastated me. Because one random weekend, my cousin hit me up. We're the same age. I'm 26 years old. So at the time, we were probably like 23, 22 years old. So he hit me up and he's like, yo, cuz I got some friends, we can have fun. We can go to this resort. And I'm like, cool. Well, it'll be fun to go out. I know deep in my heart I don't need to be going out because I only got a couple $100 to my name. But hey, for the heck of it, why not? Right. So he's like, everybody can pitch in. Everybody pays about $70 to $80 to go to this resort. And I'm like, cool, let's go. So I use my DoorDash money to go to the resort. We get there, swipe my card, we're good to go. But then the clerk ends up saying, okay, now you guys need a security deposit. I'm like, what's a security deposit, right? Because I'm not used to like ordering rooms or anything like that. And she's like, well, a security deposit is a fee that we charge up front. And if you have any damages made to the room, then we're gonna take that security deposit and we're gonna keep it. And any extra damages that we have to pay for, we're gonna subtract it from the card as well. And I was like, you know what? I've never been in that situation before for a reason, so it shouldn't be a problem. So I'm thinking to myself, $400. Come to find out, that's all I had on my card. Well, knowing that they were gonna refund me in 2 weeks, I didn't really feel too bothered because at the end of the day, the worst that could happen is I have to DoorDash tomorrow to get money. And at the time, again, like I didn't have too many bills, but I was really attached to that $400. I was just glad to hear that I was going to get it back. So the room wasn't damaged. But at the end of the day, I couldn't use my card because it was a prepaid card. It was on DoorDash. And for those who are hustlers out here and use DoorDash and Uber and all these things, the debit cards are like prepaid. It's not from an actual physical bank. So you can't use a prepaid card apparently at a resort. They want a credit card or an actual debit card because they want to overcharge. Like they want to make sure like it to be real with you, it's so they could charge $1,000 and your account can go in the negatives. Your account will go in the negatives. A prepaid card, it won't happen like that, right? So they said they couldn't use my DoorDash card. And I'm like, man, well, I'm an entrepreneur at heart, right? So I'm going to solve the problem. I hit up one of the friends that were at the resorts. I was like, hey, I know we just met. Do you mind like swiping your card for $400 and I pay you cash at the ATM? I'll withdraw the money right now from my card. And she had no problem with it. And I was like, cool. And my cousin had known the girl for some time. They went to college together or whatever. So I'm like, cool. It shouldn't be a problem at all. I don't see why it should be a problem because he trusts her. And, that's my guy. We went to college together too. So anyways, 2 weeks went by and yeah, you probably guessed it by now. I didn't get my money back. And I'm over here like, scratching my head a little bit. I'm like, when is she gonna get the $400 back? Right? When is she gonna get the $400 back, man? So I call the resort, because I'm not trying to jump to assumptions or anything. And the resort's like, "Oh, sir, we sent the money back." I was like, "Okay." So then I text her, and I'm like, and what I mean by her is the girl, right? And she's like, "Yeah, I haven't gotten it back." And I'm like, "Okay, let me call the resort to verify." The resort ends up emailing like receipts of them sending it back. I'm like, okay, cool. Now, I don't know if the resort's lying to me or her, But all I know is they showed receipts. So I was like, yo, the resort, I came back to her, the girl, and I said, yo, the resort showed me receipts. Like, what's up? You got something to show for it? And she was like, yeah, she had no problem. Yo, she had $15,000 in her account. Okay. I don't know if that's a lot of money to you, and it's not a lot of money now, but I'm just telling you, I didn't even have $1,000 in my account. I've never had $1,000 in my account because I've always been at the time like a huge spender, a person who, as soon as you get the paycheck, you go out and have fun, or you got to pay bills and you don't make but so much. At the time, minimum wage also was like $7 and maybe 50 cents. So again, like being a college student and while the world is shutting down, you know how it goes. Anyways, the whole point was I never seen 4 digits in my account before. And I'm like, she has 15K and she's the same age as us. What is she doing? Well, like, what is she doing, right? Like, I don't know if she has a sugar daddy or what, but that's motivating, okay? Because I know it's possible. And I seen it on my screen and it just made me feel like it was possible to see that number because it was right there in my palm, right? It felt a little tangible, right? So I'm like, in my head, logically, I'm like, well, even if the resort didn't send the money back yet and they sent the receipt, you got well over $400. You have more than 10 times $400. You get what I'm saying? So, of course, she didn't want to do it. And that's fine. I don't know if the resort's lying or not. But here's the thing. I call the resort and they get the manager on the phone and they're showing me all the receipts. And I'm like, somebody got to be lying, man. So I call her out on BS. I'd rather test the waters a little bit. And then, of course, she says that when she gets it, she promises to give it back. But I'm like, yo, the resort said that they would give it back within a week or two. Like, it's been over that time. And so I'm like, you know what? It's not a problem. I'm just going to call up my lawyer. Of course, she got scared and she eventually sent my $400 back. But the whole point of this story is to tell you how $400 changed my life. You see, in between that little time period, which was literally a couple of hours between me feeling like the $400 was never going to come back to me versus when it came back to me, I felt loss and I started having regrets. And when you have regrets, you start thinking to yourself, what could I have done that's better? What could I have done that would have been better for me? I thought of a million things, but the one thing that stuck out to me was mentorship. Learning how to make multiple $400. And when I got my $400 back, I immediately invested into the mentorship to become an online coach. My biggest risk was not investing into a mentorship or a course to teach me how to make money online. It was spending it on fun and never getting it back. Spending $400 on a memory, that's an expensive ass memory. When I invested that $400, I made $700 the first month. By month 2, I made almost $3,000. By month 4, I had made almost $3,000 for 3 months in a row. That's $9,000. That's over $9,000, by the way. I'm just telling you guys that the way you spend money affects the way you view money. The way you earn money affects the way you view money. We feel so closed in with not giving our money away, but detaching ourselves away from the green sheet of paper with a president on it, that it feels like a divorce. It feels like a breakup. It's like, oh, well, it's not going to promise me quick results, right? But you're quick to spend it on McDonald's or Chick-fil-A. You don't want to give yourself a shot to make money online, but you'll ask the bank and work your ass off to get scholarships in college, or had a military or the government pay for your debts and loans or whatever for a better opportunity to get a job. 4 years. 4 years. I'm talking about college now. 4 years. A 4-year degree takes you 4 years to get an ROI. Okay. A return on investment. Okay. You take out tens and thousands of dollars to wait 4 years to get a return. when $400 took me 30 days to get a return. Now, I'm not boo-booing on college. I'm just telling you all that it's crazy how we're programmed. Whoever taught us, wherever we grew up, and if you're relating to this story, great. We didn't grow up in the same household, and I'm not blaming your parents. I'm not blaming my parents. I'm blaming ourselves because we're adults. And we need to, there's too much information out here now to be in that same mindset. You get what I'm saying? We don't have to walk to the library to learn about money. You can choose to do so on this metal rectangular device that's an ATM and a library. You don't have to stop and read a book and knit in your living room to educate yourself anymore. Keyword, educate yourself. Don't let someone educate you. Educate yourself. Choose what you need to be educated on. Okay? Because in school, we're kind of told what to be educating on, even in college. It's like, oh, I want this degree. Okay, you got prerequisites. You're going to be programmed before you get these major classes. I don't even want to go on a rant right now. But I'm telling you, choosing self-education it will pay you tenfold. I'm still earning money from the skills I've learned 4 years ago. I meant to share this in the beginning of the video, and this is not me bragging in any type of way. I just believe that it's been a while since I've showed y'all like income proof, but this is I know it says Ask You Wealth at the top left corner, but it's because I just changed my business into Make Money Online the previous year, this past coming year. But these are some of the, what do you call them? Transactions that I've had when I was an online coach. I just hope this helps you change your way, change the way you see money, because a lot of people see things as money as something to spend when it's something to invest in, when it's something to grow. It's a seed. And no, I'm not saying invest every single last dollar, but what I am saying is give yourself a fair chance. It's so crazy to me how online, I talk to so many people online because I post consistently on Instagram. It's so crazy to me how I get so many DMs of you all messaging me, and it's like, hey Jay, I'm struggling with this, or I want to make money online, but I'm skeptical about it. Yo, were you skeptical about college? Most people are skeptical about money rather than time. At least your money can come back to you. You get what I'm saying? The $400 came back to me. My time didn't. What if you see, on some real stuff, you think that maybe spending a couple $100, or look, I'm gonna just say it out like this because I can't fake these type of videos. I stayed in that mentorship for almost 3 years, and I was paying $400 a month. You do the math, that's $3,600 per year. And that was just for the mentorship. That wasn't for running my business, like the programs and the websites I had to keep running, my phone bill I had to pay for. People don't tell you these things about businesses because they want you to make you feel like it's a get rich quick thing so they can get your money. But it's not. It's just like college, if not even more work, because college will okay, you studied, you memorized the information, and now you're going to get graded on it. No, business is about knowing how to stay profitable, knowing how to market and communicate, knowing how to have a product that people would literally kill for, because that's one of the things that keeps you in business, is having a product with high demand. I'm just saying. Why do you think Motorola went out of business? Or maybe they're still in business. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen a Motorola commercial. So it's so crazy to me how most people will feel the fear of losing money when money can, and it will come back to you. I'm not even going to say can. It does come back to you. You're working a job, your money going to come back to you. Okay? It's going to come back to you. But we're not afraid of losing time. I'm not shaming you here. Watching Netflix, going out with your friends, going out to the bar, whatever you're doing that's costing you time, you will never get back. Time that is invested in things that don't bring you a return is worse than spending money on something that doesn't give you a return. Even though I had spent my $400 on fun and I got my $400 back, hooray, guess what? Even if I never spent my $400, on fun or a program, if I didn't spend the $400 on anything, and I didn't spend my time investing into my future about how to change the way I make money, it would have been the same result. Because my time is more important than my money. The time that you put into something to learn a skill will pay off way more in the future. And college works the same way. That's why they say, oh, well, you can get a higher paying job. Yeah, because you invested 4 years. Try holding your breath for 4 years. It's not gonna happen. Try holding your breath for 4 minutes. I can't do that either, right? 4 years is a very long time. You never get those years back. Making money online is somewhat of the same concept, but you have to know how to spend your time wisely and to bet on yourself. If we're going to go in debt from car payments, from owning houses, from getting clothes that you try to impress with your friends, from getting the latest shoes, right? Like, I'm just vibing right now, man. It's late at night. From getting the latest iPhone, cause you might be a nerd like me. Like, yo, I've fallen in so many traps. But I'm here to be transparent with y'all. When you start looking at money differently, it's because you're putting yourself around the right people. It's because you're not looking at money as something to spend. You're looking at it as something to help build. For example, and this is the last example. PS5. You might think your PS5, your game system, cost you $500, but it cost you more than $500. It cost you more than $500 could ever get you. It costs you time. If you even spend 10 minutes playing the game, and you can just spend that 10 minutes educating yourself on how to build wealth, on how to change the way you make money, on how to make passive income with Instagram, mentally, you would have been closer to making money online, to changing the way you make money, to not trading your time for money, to having an asset, to turning your phone into an ATM. This game costs $500. But what people don't tell you is it also costs you the time you never get back. And that's the most dangerous thing. I don't care about the $500 the game costs. Matter of fact, we got this when the world was shut down and it was $1,000. It was double the price. They were ripping people off. I don't care about the $1,000. I've made not bragging, I've made $1,200 in 45 minutes. I didn't care about the $1,000. And my girl got me this. But I'm just saying, like, I still would have gotten it. So here we go. Oh, and let me say this too. When she got, like, because I know, I've been getting a lot more comments and, people giving feedback. I want to say this too. When she got the game for me, I was living at my parents' house and it was sitting on my dresser for motivation. It was sitting on my dresser in the box, untouched, unwrapped, like perfect condition, perfect plastic, not even ripped open. I could have sold it for even more money because I never opened it. I just looked at the box for almost a whole year because I gave myself a goal. I'm going to make so much passive income. I'm going to make so much money with Instagram. I'm going to be able to move out my parents' house. And when I move out of there, that is when I'll play the game. But until then, I will not do that. Why? Because my time is more valuable than my money. I need to get my money up, not just by working and trading my time for it, but by also learning how to leverage my phone to make income. And that's a whole nother video, yo. That might be the next video, actually. I ain't gonna lie to you. But anyways, y'all, if you want to learn how to make passive income with Instagram, I got a free class down below to show you exactly how to do that using your own knowledge. And even if you don't know how to make a digital product, a PDF, an ebook, or you don't know what you would make money from online with Instagram, it's okay. I got you on that too. I'm going to show you the formula of how I've been able to do it for the past 3 years, almost 4 years. Okay. If you're more serious and you're like, Jay, I've been watching your videos. I trust you. I know exactly what you're about. I want to go ahead and jump in. You can click the Insta Income course link down below as well, and you will have immediate access to it. Okay. That's it. That's all. I will see you guys on the next video. I'm out. Peace.